Bloodshot eyes, I look at you with bloodshot eyes. I couldn't hide it from you tonight. I couldn't keep it from the light.
Recently, for the first time ever, I got to see Jupiter and Saturn through a telescope. I was out at a cabin in BC, and the location where I was at, there wasn't too much light pollution. So, I got to see Jupiter, and it just looked like this big globe of light. It was kind of indiscernible to me unless someone pointed it out. And I also saw like the rings of Saturn. I don't know, it was really cool. And every time I've seen the clear night sky, I realize why there are so many stories about the stars, why there's so much research, why there's all these myths about them, and just this deep admiration for the space outside of our Earth. As noted in National Geographic, it's estimated that around 80% of the US and North American population has never had a clear view of the Milky Way galaxy. And in fact, in 1994, a major earthquake took place in Los Angeles. And it was reported that so many of the residents were calling 911 to report this silvery cloud hanging overhead. And in fact, they were seeing the Milky Way galaxy for the first time. I've always done this thing where I would look at those zoom out videos and Earth looks like the biggest thing ever, and then it zooms out a little bit more and it's looking like a speck, and then you notice there's other planets and there's other stars and comets and other celestial matter out there, and for some reason that quiets all of my anxieties and nullifies all of my worries. I think the only way I can describe this is by referring to the Sublime, and by this I mean something tending to inspire awe. Every single year around autumn, I get really cold and distant, not necessarily in the sense of being mean to other people or anything. I mean, more so with myself. Maybe it's just the effects of less sunlight or knowing that it's getting colder out, but it always feels really sad. When autumn starts, I begin faltering again. Like, there's this sense of instability that comes around every single year for me in this season that gets me so worked up.
I'm turning around, no, I can't stick around. I'm so drained, don't you see? Sunset of the bridge, the waters are rest, nothing at the sea. I'm moving on me.
Next station is Shepherd Young Station. Change for line 4.
Now, this feeling of the sublime, which I have mentioned earlier, is something that I felt when I've gone camping and I look at the stars, or I'm out with nature and I'm looking at the mountains, or like say you're over the ocean, you're looking down and then you're looking out at the horizon and it's so big and vast, right? That just in general, that experience of vastness beyond human calculation or comprehension is literally so humbling, but in the most tender way. And for some reason, my immense smallness in all of this is oddly consoling and redemptive. When I experience the sublime, right? It's like I was meant to be here. I was meant to be a part of this. I exist, and that is enough. One of the things that I have to do before I go to sleep, and this is just something that I have chosen to practice, is I ask myself to call to mind 5 things that I'm grateful for before I sleep. And in doing that, I've been able to cultivate that feeling of gratefulness in a really nurturing manner. And sometimes it's so overwhelming that I don't even know how to describe it. I think that the best way to begin explaining it is from an excerpt of the book, A Tale for the Time Being. I was thinking about how to end this video, and there was a lot of things I was saying, but I think I was getting lost in it. If anything, I think we all need to have something that reframes our perspective again, so that we're not completely lost in our feelings as they will pass, and something that will remind us why we're here and why we're grateful to be here. And look for the things in your life, be it big or simple, that inspire awe